For all the blather and bloviating about the officiating, it really wasn't a factor in the Game 2 win by Golden State over Houston.
Yeah, I think both of the guys realized that they took that a step too far with the officials, even Chris Paul, James Harden. I mean, a lot of people ask me, Chiney, how would you adjust your game if you're James Harden? And I'm like, you guys, we need to get back to the game of basketball. If you're a basketball player and you're realizing how the officials are officiating, are you going to let that be the thing that holds you back, or are you going to play the game the right way? And I think we saw James do that. I know he got poked in the eye, and it was very difficult for him to even see and so forth, even shoot. But for him to not complain, to come back on the court and to still compete, I was really impressed by that. But the Warriors obviously were at least yesterday the better team, on both ends. Hopefully the Rockets can use that as a humbling experience when they go back home and say, guess what, guys, we need to focus on basketball and finishing possessions, not focusing on everything else that comes with a game that we don't like.
Yeah, and I guess to that end, what do you do? What's the adjustment you make if you're Houston? Obviously, last night for Golden State, you had every starter score over 15 points for the first time since they started tracking starters, which is a testament to this team's depth, but also impressive it hasn't happened before. What does Houston do now that they have kind of put the officiating portion of this behind them?
It sounds general, but they just need to compete high at both ends. So offensively, I think in that game one, they lost an opportunity. If they just focused on playing and just finishing instead of focusing on the fouling, I think they could have stole game one. And if they stole game one, they'd be feeling different, especially about game two if they lost, right? Instead, you wasted an opportunity. You go down 0-2. You need to go straight back to the game of basketball. At home, it'll be nice to have the home crowd, but I'm just even thinking about James Harden because, like, in game one, I don't know if you saw the juxtaposition of 28 seconds left. Steph gets a shot. He gets a switch on Nene, and then he just, knocks down the shot.
Well, that was the dagger.
That was the dagger. The Winterfell dagger. Okay, but on the other end, you saw James Harden. You saw James Harden, who sort of was trying to focus on drawing contact and finishing, and that was just too hard to do, right? I think this Rockets team is going to come in knowing that their backs are against the wall. They're down 0-2. You're going to be at home for the next two. What would I do? I would compete hard. Defensively, the Warriors have stepped up their game. And the thing is, we thought it would be Steph. We thought it'd be KD. We thought it'd be Clay that would be doing most of the damage. I've more so kept my eye on Draymond Green and Andre Iguodala.
Yeah.
Draymond has been playing way better than he has in the regular season, in the postseason, and even in this series. This is a guy that normally averages 8 and 8. He's now almost doubled his scoring average and still getting you 8 and 8. Like, you can't have guys like Draymond Green and Andre Iguodala becoming the X factors for the team. So if I'm the Rockets, I'm out there competing. Clint Capella, you said you wanted the Rockets? The Warriors? Well, you have them now. You can't get outperformed by Draymond Green at the center position. I think he only had like a few points in game one. Like, these are the things that you have to avoid. And on the other end, offensively, I think they just need to share the ball. They can't think that James Harden will go for 50. I don't think he will. The regular season mentality is not working. You need to get production from everyone. You need Eric Gordon to give you 20. You need Chris Paul to give you 20. You need James to give you 40. Like, you need to focus on playing your best brand of basketball.
We definitely want to touch on the East game that happened last night, but one more for me on Houston's got to win 4 out of the next 5 to win this series. So if they're playing straight up, can that happen? Or for them to win this series now, is Golden State going to have to be actually off?
I think Golden State has not really played to their greatest potential so far this postseason, and that's kind of scary because they're sort of on autopilot. At this point, they're competing harder, but they're not necessarily just out there waxing folks, right? As we expected the past year, the entire season. If I'm the Rockets, honestly, you still have a chance, but the chances are slim. But I do think at home, when you're in front of your fans, you can shift the narrative, you can focus. You get that Game 3 win, then you can be like, okay, maybe we can go back-to-back stack 2. If we drop one against, you'll have to start playing the home advantage, but they're still going to have to win on the road one.
Okay.
Still.